So we have the Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords popping out. So there's a truth about some sort of heartbreak, some sort of breakup that maybe you haven't seen previously, but now there's some a light being shed on the truth of some sort of past relationship that you were just in. Okay. You might find out that this person is getting married. Or you might be celebrating the fact that you broke up with this person. Take it as you wish. There's some sort of celebration here, whether it's you celebrating this truth, where you're just like, finally, I know the truth. Finally, I know what happened. I can, close this story out, and when people are given the truth, it's up to them to do whatever they want to after the fact. Why do people lie? Because they don't trust the person that they're telling this information to, that they'll take it properly. So that's why someone might lie. I asked a detective at one point, why do people lie? And his response was, people lie because they don't, they don't expect the other person, the receiver of the information, to receive it well. It might be easier. Excuse me. It might be easier to just say an easy lie to someone than to say a hard truth. And even though the receiver might not know they're being lied to, they kind of can feel it on an intuitive level. And whether or not that person pays attention to it or not is up to them. But you can still feel a lie or a truth from someone without getting your rational mind involved. Try lying to someone with severe schizophrenia. It's impossible. Just because this person is considered quote unquote mentally ill doesn't mean that they have other superpowers of their own. They could be extremely psychic because of it. A lot of people say that you can't lie to a schizophrenic. It's because of that reason. It's because even though they're not tapped into the same world you are, or the same way, they're still tapped into the truth, and they can feel a different vibration from someone when they're saying a truth or not. So whatever the case is, it looks like that you have been given some sort of new truthful beginning, maybe with someone else, and it's something to celebrate. You come from a past of regret, heartache, having to walk away from something hard, and once you're given this new opportunity, this new truthful opportunity, this could mean marriage, this could mean celebration, this is partying, this is having fun, reunions. It could also be in the birth of a child, a birth of a relationship, birth of a marriage. Something worth celebrating, basically. So when you come into your own truth, or when the truth is actually offered to you and you know that it is, you'll be able to sit back and have fun, kind of let loose, and not have to worry so much. When we're in a state of worry and we don't know what's really going on with somebody, we kind of become subdued to our worries, and we're not being present, we're not having fun anymore, we're not enjoying our lives, we're constantly worried about what is going on, and that could really wreak havoc on our nervous system. Our intuition can just be hyper-focused, trying to figure it out. You might feel exhausted all the time because of it, because you just are always on guard. So this is kind of giving me the energy of when you finally turn the corner in love, and maybe you let the past go, or you finally got out of a bad relationship or your past relationship, a new opportunity will come in that will show you what real truth means. You'll be able to feel from this person them saying something to you, and you'll actually really truly feel like they're saying the honest truth to you. You could feel that they're being honest with you. You could feel love, and you could feel that their words ring true. It's not false words and fake bravado, or, sweet lies. It's more like, no, I'm going to tell you the truth. And you could feel it off of somebody, it just rings differently. The Star. You'll be able to achieve a lot more also when you come into your own truth. Someone might be looking at you like you are their star. The star is very attractive. A lot of people can't get their eyes off of the star. It's, take it as you wish. Like, you take it like in a physical form as an actual star that's shining in the night sky. It's twinkly, it's bright amongst the darkness, and it's a little mysterious and out of reach, right? Or you could take it as a star, as like a movie star, where as soon as this movie star kind of walks in the room, everyone turns and looks at her or him. Everyone needs to take a look at her. Basically, you can't not look. And that she has some sort of star energy, or you might have some sort of star energy where someone is looking at you in that fashion. You might just be becoming your own star, because when you put the past behind, or you put bad people behind, bad relationships, and you really become into your own truth, you start to celebrate yourself. This could be celebrating yourself and where you've come from. And you could also be celebrating the fact that you're glowing more because you're becoming more authentically you. You're living in your truth now, because you don't have to hide what might be going wrong for you. You don't have to hide a bad relationship. You don't have to hide the fact that you're upset or angry or disappointed or whatever bad feelings. You're not putting on a front. You're not putting on a false happy face, in public. You're really just truly happy. And when you're in that state, you become free, and you also really start glowing. It's almost like you have this aura around you that is very bright at this time, because you're free and you're happy. You might not have everything that you want at this time, but you really are happy about where you're going, how you're developing, and it's really starting to work for you, because you feel lighter, you feel more yourself. You might feel even younger than you did when you were 20 years younger than you were. It's kind of that energy where it's like celebrating yourself for everything that you've gotten through, everything that have gone through, heartbreak, disappointment, manipulation, abandonment, whatever it is. You got through it, and it's time to celebrate you now. You are much stronger than you're letting on to yourself. And it's kind of like a new start, a new truthful start to a new era in your life, a new you, a new truthful you. There's no need to hide these relationships that didn't work out, whatever it is. Maybe it's family, there's some sort of divide in people that left you feeling a little bit disappointed, but it had to be done. And now you're standing in your own truth, and you're celebrating yourself because of it. And because of that, people are also starting to celebrate you too. These are some heavy cards here. We have the Tower. So this also shows like some serious energy of disappointment in love. There's been some harsh choices made in the fact that you are kind of like a boarding ship. You had to jump out of your past. Your past was on fire. It was burning to the ground. Your past relationships not working, or you're surrounded by narcissists, or you're surrounded by bad people. You just realized that you didn't have anyone around you that was really in a good light, or someone that was positively influencing you. You had to jump ship. And even though you had to do that, it's really hard. It's hard to do. It's not easy. And there was no other way out. The Tower Unfortunately, I have to reference, the Twin Towers and people jumping out of the tower. They had no other place to run to. They couldn't run down the stairs. They were stranded on the top, and the only way out was out the window. So you kind of at that moment where your back was against the wall in life, and something pushed you into a position where you had no other way out but just through the window. You just had to jump out of your past. But now look at you. I mean, you have this brand new start, a new truthful start of who you are. You're starting to really celebrate that about yourself. You're starting to celebrate who you are as a person, on where you came from, all this bad hurt, right? All this bad stuff that has happened to you in the recent past, where you really had to jump out of your past and into your future. But you did it, and you made the jump, which is, you really should be celebrating yourself, this new start to who you really are, who you want to live like, who you want to be, who do you represent, who do you stand for? And then, you come into this, you have this new energy around you as a star, where like everyone is also starting to look at you in this way where they're like, they can't not look at you for some reason. You're attracting a lot of people right now because you're just ringing authentically true, and people can feel that. Even if they might not be able to explain it, they can feel that off of you, that you're just radically authentic. You're not putting up a front, you're not trying to be cool, you're not trendy, you're literally just who you are, and you don't give an F about it. And you have morals, and you're proud of where you came from, and people can see that. So what comes out then? The Empress. You're turning into a true person to be reckoned with here. You know what I mean? Like, this is the energy that you were once in with the Tower. This is the energy that you are in now. And when you really come into yourself, look who you become, the Empress. You become this person who just sits on her own throne, made out of anything that you want it to be made out of, because you're the Empress. You have it all. You can have it all, and you'll get it all, because this woman sits on her throne in nature, very satisfied in what she's created. She's comfy. She has nice clothes on. She's well read, well fed, and she has a community around her that is cohesive, that works, that's peaceful, and she can sit outside and kind of revel in her community. This is a far cry from where you did come from in this kind of Five of Cups, the Tower energy. You came from this destructive past where you had to jump, and sometimes when you're in that kind of moment in life, you feel like life is never gonna get better. You're in a catastrophe, and everything's crumbling around you. You're barely holding on, and you're kind of squeezed out of your past, whether you liked it or not. And you just don't expect a lot to happen. That's good, because you're always putting out the next fire. You're always kind of being like, all right, what now? What problems do I have to deal with now? And sooner or later, you heal. And sooner or later, you get to a place where you can start leveling up and, come into yourself again, really, get in tune with your intuition and your mindset again, into your true form. And, you start to love, celebrate yourself, eat good food, tell yourself good things, positive affirmations about yourself and where you're going is important. And people are seeing that about you and noticing that you're just something different. There's something different about you, or there's just something about you right now that is attracting a lot of eyes on you. It also could mean public recognition. If not, it's some sort of just recognition on a everyday level. People are just going to be attracted to you because you are the Empress. You're just in a state of authenticity now. You've leveled up so much, from your past, that people won't even recognize who you are. They might recognize who you are from the outside, but they don't know anything about what you've done on the inside, all the work that you had to go through, all the turmoil that you had to go through, all these things that you don't speak of to most people. They couldn't even realize all the hard work that you had to put in. All they see is the outside, which is the star and the Empress kind of energy. I also have these two other cards that I am not going to fail to mention here. These two cards popped out, and I don't think it could get any better here. The King of Cups and the Ten of Cups pop out together. So it's kind of like, move over past. The hard times are over. We have, first of all, you're celebrating yourself, whether you're single or you're not right now. If you're single and you're celebrating yourself and you're truly enjoying yourself, you're treating yourself like you would anyone else, obviously you're becoming attractive default in a default way. Like, you just automatically become attractive to other people too. And when you're in this Star Empress energy and you're really starting to be in your own right, your own righteousness, your own respect, guess who comes trucking along? This guy, the King of Cups, probably the best guy out of this whole scenario to come to the Empress and soften her even more. What the Empress doesn't have, or what she needs, is love. She can handle everything else, but she needs the King of Cups to come in and, kind of soften her up a little bit, She's so used to handling, organizing, doing all the things, making sure everyone else is okay. Who's taking care of the Empress? And the best person out of this, in my opinion, is the King of Cups. He's going to come in. He's going to soften her up. He's going to remind her about love and romance and cuddling and sweet nothings, and also romantic nights, and, having the whole package, which is here, the Ten of Cups. This is saying that once you fully let go and you become yourself, you become someone that really truly appreciates yourself, you love yourself, you level up for yourself, not for anybody else, for yourself. And you can't do it, you can't fake it, because the universe knows your intention. You have to truly intend to love yourself and just be okay with that. And then once that happens, though, you always will attract someone just like that back. You attract who you are at the moment. So if you want someone to be in this kind of energy with you, this Ten of Cups kind of feeling, look at this couple. You think they're going to be happy? I think so. Look at that. I think that's a hot match. I mean, this King of Cups wants it all with you, and you'll be able to achieve everything that you desire in love, especially because of that. The King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Come on, people. If that isn't good news for you tonight, I don't know what could be. The King of Cups and the Empress, starting a family, starting something beautiful together. You'll be able to get whatever you want out of love, whatever that means to you. Family life, or just the security of having your heart in one place and knowing that this person has their heart in the same place as you, It could just mean, having someone to take care of, if you're someone that likes to give. It just means that there's a match here that's going to happen for you. while you're celebrating yourself, which is always the case. It's never like when you're like, please, universe, give me someone to love. It's always like, you know what? I'm just going to go and, dive deep into myself at this time. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to date myself, whatever it is. It's always at that time when you give up and let go and surrender is when someone else will come in and prove to you that love does still exist. It's beautiful cards. One more card. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. It's just saying to me that you're going to find stability with somebody that is really going to make you feel stable emotionally. Someone is going to be able to help you regain your grounding in love. Let's recap. You came from a very heartbreaking situation to a point where your back was against the wall. You had to jump out of something very bad that was burning to the ground for your own life. But in that time, you've kind of picked up the pieces. You've gotten out of the rubble. You found your truth, you figured out what really makes you happy. You're starting to celebrate yourself, which in turn makes yourself glow in a fashion that everyone else is witnessing as well besides you, because that's how, stars they're just radiating this light. And in that meantime, the King of Cups is coming along, and he's going to offer you literally love, stability, that forever match. He wants a family with you. He wants permanence. So there's a lot of stability in your future. And look at what happens when you do work on yourself. That you just start calling in more things that are just going to make your life. It's like the sprinkles on a sundae. It's like the sundae is good enough, but once you put some toppings on there, it just makes it even better. It's like that extra sprinkle of love that you're missing. This person is going to make you be able to sit back, take a deep breath, and know that you're okay and that you're safe. And if there's anybody in this deck that can show you that your heart is safe with them, it's the King of Cups. He is very emotional. He's romantic. He he might be a water sign. He is in it, and he can read you too. He can know just by a little facial expression if you're feeling frustrated or that you need something. Maybe he feels like you're just feeling a little empty today, and he's going to come up behind you and hug you really tight and for a long time and just tell you that he loves you. And that's never going to go away with the right person. You just pour into each other, and that you create this stability here that basically is going to be forever. A lot more to celebrate than just you coming forward. So let's just pull one oracle. This lovely story that you have. See how it happens. You can go from dark and despair to times of celebration and ecstasy, I want to say. So it says, pay attention to new thoughts and ideas as they are seeds that will soon blossom into fulfilling opportunities and projects. Pollination, it's in the works, baby. It's in the works. So you know what this means? Pollinate your own self at this time. Put the work into yourself. Put the work into bettering yourself, your emotions, your spirit, whatever you need love in at the time. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. And while you're glowing and growing and becoming the star in your own right, people are watching, and it's just going to pollinate this beautiful garden of love and acceptance and friendship, beauty, families, togetherness, good times, holding hands. It's going to really give you the security that you want and that you need and that you deserve. So I'll leave that there.